Hello everyone, we're going to talk about the eagerly awaited sequel, The Equalizer 3 in this video today. Fans have been impatiently awaiting the third movie since the wildly successful first two, and we're here to tell you why you won't believe what happens in it. In the upcoming The Equalizer 3, Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington will reunite on screen for the first time since 2004. It's a little unexpected, but it's also a wonderful homage to a previous movie. So without further ado, let's get into everything we know from cast to production to the potential release date. Denzel portrayed an ex-military man who became a bodyguard in the 2004 film Man on Fire, whose job it was to protect the daughter of an automaker. Unfortunately, the whole thing turns out to be an insurance scam, and he ends up risking his life to blow the lid off everything and save her. It's been nearly 20 years since Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington's blockbuster action movie Man on Fire stunned audiences and solidified her place as a future star. But it now seems the Oscar-winning actors are ready to reunite. Sources claim that Fanning and Washington will star together in Antoine Fuqua's The Equalizer 3, which will be released by Sony Pictures. The screenplay was written by Richard Wenk, and the film is being made by escape artists Todd Black, Jason Blumenthal, Steve Tisch, and Washington. The third installment of the Equalizer series, which was helmed by Fuqua and starred Washington but hasn't been revealed yet, is currently in theaters. While Wenk is well known for writing movies like The Expendables 2 and Jack Reacher: Never Go Back, Fuqua is known specifically for a few action movies. Additionally, he is penning the screenplay for Kraven the Hunter, a Spider-Man spin-off movie. An ex-US Marine and CIA officer is followed in the Equalizer series as he gets mixed up with increasingly sinister characters. Unfortunately, he is forced into life-or-death situations for the sake of those close to him by events beyond his control. Regarding the Equalizer 3, little is known about the plot structure. However, the film's director, Antoine Fuqua, has stated that he would like for it to be seen worldwide. For a long time, Washington has alternated between high-profile action films and serious endeavors. He has since continued performing a wide range of roles and has even briefly returned to the theater. That choice paid off for him, as his portrayal of the tragedy of Macbeth's title character in a 2021 adaptation received acclaim from a wide audience. Since her debut as a child star on the big screen, Dakota Fanning has made numerous film appearances, and she has never really slowed down. She has additionally made appearances in a few still-airing television programs, including The Alienist and Gen Locke. She briefly left Hollywood to return to school and graduated from NYU with a major in women's studies. While Man on Fire cleared the way for Washington to kick ass in future films like the Equalizer series, the film is just as well known for the touching scenes between Washington and Fanning, where he plays her loyal and caring bodyguard, and Sony and Fuqua saw this as the perfect opportunity to reunite the two talents. The First Lady on Showtime, directed by Suzanne Bier, stars Fanning opposite Michelle Pfeiffer. She recently wrapped up filming on a Showtime limited series adaptation of Ripley by Steve Zalian, starring Andrew Scott, and she previously returned to the role of Sarah Howard in Season 2 of The Alienist: Angel of Darkness. Her other film credits include I Am Sam, Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, War of the Worlds, Uptown Girls, Charlotte's Web, and The Twilight Saga. Fanning can also be seen in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. With The Equalizer 3, Denzel Washington and director Antoine Fuqua did a fantastic job. The way the plot is set up keeps you hooked and keeps you following the action without getting boring. Many Antoine Fuqua admirers never miss one of his movies, and this one is no different. Denzel is a talented performer who excels in his role as a former soldier, sharing housing with a different character. His assistance to strangers who have come from terrible situations is the main subject of the movie. It's one of those movies that you can watch repeatedly. The first clues in The Equalizer 3 come from the stories of triumph over adversity in the first two movies. Despite having a $33 million budget each, these films each brought in about $190 million in earnings. However, this is one of those movies where a variety of other factors, most notably Denzel Washington, the movie's nominal star, have an impact in addition to the profession. The plot of The Equalizer 3. The first sign that The Equalizer 3 will do well is its predecessor's success, which brought in over $190 million on a third of the budget. However, this is one of those series where a lot of other factors are important. like the lead actor, Denzel Washington. Sony's hopes for a third installment of The Equalizer would entirely depend on Washington, who has only directed one sequel, The Equalizer 2, in his long and successful career. Here is what The Equalizer 3 director Antoine Fuqua had to say about the project. He expressed his desire for a sequel and said, "Yes, sure," implying that Washington's involvement would make it feasible. "I would like to see it take place. I am optimistic about the movie's success because the audience has spoken. Sony has already talked about and used it. It would be fantastic to do it with Denzel again. I am eager to see The Equalizer 3 if it happens. The plot should go global, in my opinion. In my opinion, Denzel would make a fantastic James Bond. I talked to Denzel about a lot of things. I'm working on some ideas for him, as well as roles I'd like to see him perform. That's how he usually conducts himself. I'm going to have to introduce him after portraying him as a cowboy or something." Given how much Washington enjoyed filming The Last Duel, we can only hope that The Equalizer 3 doesn't require such a large pitch. The majority of the cast and crew from the first two installments are returning, so The Equalizer 3 appears to be real overall. But official confirmation is still a ways off. The release date for The Equalizer 3. It appears that there was a 4-year gap between the previous Equalizer movies' release dates, which leads one to believe that The Equalizer 3 will also have a 4-year gap. We anticipate The Equalizer 3 to be released in the latter half of 2023, despite the lack of any concrete release dates or signs. Loyal fans have stopped the early deliveries, but we can now anticipate more details. Story of The Equalizer 3. A retired military officer named Robert McCall pretended to pass away to live a quiet life. He eventually leaves his voluntary retirement to save a young woman, and a run-in with some of the members of the wild Russian herd only makes him more determined to see justice done. McCall becomes a man who kills when protecting weak people calls for retaliation, which he would have never discovered without his abilities. So there you have it, folks. The Equalizer 3 is set to be one of the most exciting films of the year, and we can't wait to see it. With a thrilling plot, a talented cast, and incredible action scenes, we're sure that this movie will blow your mind. Are you excited about The Equalizer 3? Well, that's it for now. We bring an end to this video, but we will come back with some new and interesting videos in the future. Till then, make sure that you like our video, and do share your views and opinions with us in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel to get updated with the latest news and reviews on all your favorite TV shows and movies from us regularly. And do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.